Inspire with Nendrix, the foundation.
Hey, this is Dr. Danielle Hairston coming back to you with another 5-minute quickie. Hopefully you have a little bit of time to come and hang out with me just really quick. Another 5-minute quickie. So, listen, we got some parents out there doing the most. We know that we love our kids and we want to motivate them to do their absolute best, right? When they come up with creative ideas, we want to support them. That's one of the things that I love doing. As soon as my daughter comes up with a new idea, I'm like, oh, how can I support her? I match her effort 100%. If she's giving me 50, I'm giving her 50. She's giving me 100, I'm giving her 100. I might squeeze out 120%. But I match her effort completely, right? I never want her to feel like, I'm not supportive of her or my boys. And so they'll drop some knowledge on me about something that they're interested in doing. They'll ask for my support. I'll ask them to define what support looks like for them, and I'll move forward with it. And then I'll watch to see what they do with that support. If they take it to another level, then I'm right there with them at that level. If they don't, then it's like, okay, that's my investment. Let me go on back to doing what I was doing, right? Every now and then I might remind them or ask them, like, how's that thing going that you talked to me about the other week or the other month? Anything, any progression? But we have some parents that, soon as they hear their child like out there tap dancing, they're like, oh, she's tap dancing. I'm going to go get her, every color of tap dance shoes, and I'm going to enroll her in the Alvin Alley tap dancing school, and I'm going to, get them on Americans Got Talent, and I'm going to. And your child's looking at you like, you doing too much. Like, I just put some bottle caps on the bottom of my shoe, and I just like to hear that noise. I don't want to be a tap dancer, but you doing that. But I'm kind of feeling guilty because this is something that you obviously is really hyped about, and I don't want to tell you that I don't want to do it, but you doing too much, right? Ask your kids before you start investing all this money and running and ripping all over the place, calling folks, trying to get them into schools, dropping $1,000 on these classes. Ask your kids, is this really what you want to do? Because at the end of the day, if it's something that they're really not connected to, even if we see the talent in them, if they're not really connected to it and brought into their own talent, you're going to feel so defeated and deflated when they finally go, enough is enough. I never wanted to do this. Have that conversation with your child. If you find that if you care about this way more than your child, you might want to have a conversation with your child, right? You know your child, but you also know your effort that you're putting in, and you need to sit back and reassess. Like, is this something that my child wants to do, or is this me living my dreams through my child? Because everyone that you try to get to invest in this thing with your child will be disappointed because they're not moving in a way that someone who's fully invested would normally move. And so you got these people in place and that person in place and this person in place to help move your child into this idea that you've come up with just because you saw them kind of tap dancing real quick and you thought it was cool and cute. But all of the people that you have to invest and champion around that person is like, wait, I don't think this. Listen to the people around you. Listen, take that advice. If you haven't had a conversation with your child to really, really drill down on what it is that they want, you in the end will be so disappointed, and they might get frustrated because they feel like you're pulling them in a direction that they really don't want to go into. Have that conversation, parents. Stop trying to live vicariously through your child. I know it's kind of hard to do because we're like, oh shoot, I ain't go to college, but I'm gonna make sure this kid go to college. That might not be their lane. They don't want to go to college. They don't want to go to college. Oh man, I used to be the best welder, and I'm gonna make sure my son go to welding school. They may not want to go to welding school. No, that's not what they want to do. Ask the question. These kids will tell you how they feel. Sometimes you got to let them express themselves in the way that they feel most comfortable, and not put the pressure on them and guilt them into feeling like that they need to do something just because you think it's a good idea, just because you didn't accomplish that goal when you was a young person and now you want to live vicariously through your child. Ask the questions, have the conversation. It may not be what they want to do. Ain't nobody going to keep investing in pushing your child to do something and then wake up and they're not nowhere near moving in a direction that a child who's really passionate and bought into this idea would normally move. So yeah, had that conversation. All right, parents, just want to drop that pearl on you real quick. This is another 5-minute quickie. Go in the community and embrace someone there waiting on you, and continue to live your absolute best life.
My Lacasa boy, this is my residence. My prescription boy, this is my medicine. The world can be sickening, living in house resemblance. Not to mention the media's effort to keep us in the most simplistic state of mind. Lowest age bracket committing the highest rate of crime.